I was still in the throes of deciding whether I wanted those when you just swooped in.
Swooped in?
I don't want to be a troublemaker, but these other Pringles are the ridged ones. And I have trouble with ridges.
Ruffles have ridges. Now, why would you enter into the throes of considering ruffles if you have trouble with ridges?
Isn't that rich? Playing the sex card. You think he's just going to automatically side with you?
I don't get involved in product disputes.
Why are you being so mean? Is it because you look how you look?
I won't even dignify that.
I didn't mean for her to fall. I was only going for a stumble.
Yes, you've been consistent on that one. They evidently got into an argument. She tripped the woman, which led to a head laceration and possibly a concussion.
I was only going for a stumble. You're gonna take me into custody? This is unbelievable. I get all but accosted by this woman, and I'm the one who has to be subjected to this.
I'm gonna whisk you through arraignment and hopefully dispose of it first thing.
Hello.
Don't ask questions, don't pass judgment, don't even pass go. Just listen, accept the fact that I need help, and give it to me.
Happy Boyle is sitting first session. You might actually dodge a bullet.
Assault, battery, misdemeanor larceny.
Billy Thomas for the defendant.
Renee Raddick for the Commonwealth. I think we can dust this one right at the bench, Your Honor. We'd be willing to plead sufficient facts, no finding of guilt. If she's clean for a year, it gets wiped.
She mauled the woman over a bag of chips?
She tripped her. It appears to be minor.
And what about stealing spermicide? You think it's appropriate for an attorney to kick people unconscious and then steal spermicide? You behave yourself, you little vixen.
They also said you swiped some gyno cream. Any truth to that? Not that you take it. To me, a Pringle shouldn't be a button pusher.
Isn't it rude to talk about somebody like they're not in the room?
I got the names of who will be sitting tomorrow.
How can you smoke those disgusting things?
They lend intrigue to my character.
Did you accost that man on the street because he didn't seem apologetic enough after accidentally bumping into you?
There's a context to that.
Ms. McBeal, we're not about to deny your due process, but I'm going to be frank. We're in a time where the bar and lawyers are increasingly subjected to public scorn. You trip people in supermarkets. You steal spermicidal jelly. You punch people on the street. I personally saw you acting very erratically on a pulpit. And you'll get your chance to present it. We've scheduled an evidentiary hearing for tomorrow.
They subpoenaed me.
What?
Who?
The board. They want me to appear to talk about Allie.
Evidently, the pedestrian followed you after you belted him, found out your name, then reported you. Then Judge Boyle decided that...
Billings.
What?
It was definitely with malice. Anyone who would commit mayhem for a potato chip.
You don't have to argue the merits of what happened. Did she sound unstable? Counsel.
This is an equivalent of a traffic dispute. How about the rules of fairness?
Why don't you sit down and humor us? Could you do that?
Anytime I bumped into him or saw him, I'd imagine his new girlfriend strewn all over him, and it would keep me from getting sucked back in.
I am not getting sucked back in. I'm fine.
And you have no agenda against her.
Sometimes I just say things to make people think I'm a wordsmith.
Since she is your boss, is it possible you feel a little duress to say that today?
I vested her with getting the patent on my face bra.
I'd like to stick to Ms. McBeal.
Oh, take a number. I know on occasion that my motives can be misconstrued, but you have to believe me. I would never mean to undermine you. You are my favorite boss ever. I wanted her to understand how you could be such a Budinsky between her and Richard, and I wanted her to understand that you weren't acting with any malice.
There are rumors flying around that courthouse that you are a little erratic. But I'm not sure you have 2 feet on the ground either.
Since I had the fortuitous luck of being at last week's funeral where you so oddly eulogized the deceased...
Your Honor, I think Ms. Vasil already filled in some of the blanks there. The circumstances were a little extreme, and if I was lacking in poise, I apologize.
I'm picking up a little contempt in your tone.
Do you have some professional death wish?
I wasn't about to just sit there and kowtow, Billy.
There is a middle ground between kowtowing and launching grenades, Allie. How could you do that?
Because I'm crazy.
I gotta admit, you do seem a little off balance.
Would you be willing to undergo a psychiatric evaluation?
A man acts passionate, we call him impassioned. A woman, she's emotional.
Forgive me, Whipper, you're an able judge, but as character references go, you don't turn tides. You're a bit of a kook yourself.
Hey.
20 minutes from now, you'll be fondling Mr. Fish on his favorite futon. You don't think we know the scoop on you?
And if you use your gavel to even slightly squash what makes her...
Without passing judgment on your emotional state, Ms. McBeal, there are two things we can safely conclude. One, you have a devoted following.
Renee, I'm gonna meet you at home. I'm zonked.